He needed a case. The rent was due, and he hadn't eaten but Lucky Charms for 3 days. He had hated leprechauns. The phone rang. It was a call that would change his life.
Stevens, private eye. Wow, that is a good deal. Two weeks in white every year.
But this was not the call. This was solicitation for a timeshare condo. Steve, hang up the phone.
But for like $10,000 I could get a free...
Steve! Hang up the phone!
Gee.
The phone rang. It was a call that would change his life.
I don't want to hang up. They made me. Tell me more about... Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were someone else. A case? For me? Of course I'm free. It's a case. It's a case. Wow, it's a case.
Steve was cool.
You're in luck, Miss Matchin. I think I squeezed it in. What's the problem? You have what stolen? Sure, that's not a problem. We, see it all the time. I've had a dozen, maybe millions of cases like that.
Steve was lying.
Would you stop that? Oh, no, not you, Miss Matchin. I'll be over in a few minutes. Come on, we're going to go to Rich Dame's house to just had her heirloom stolen. Paragraph, whatever that is.
Steve was clueless. Cute, but clueless.
Come on, round up the usual suspects.
Steve would always want to say that. Steve knocked on the door. Knock, knock, knock.
Thanks, I can handle it from here.
Something strange overcomes Steve.
Go on, I'll be okay.
Steve bullshit decided to go solo, dismissing the only decent thing in his life. Ugh!
Mr. Stevens, I presume.
That's right, Private Eye. This mansion called about the missing heirloom.
Welcome to the mansion. We're her butlers. Please come to the library.
This mansion is indisposed at the moment.
She has asked us to show you the crime scene. This is a manuscript.
It's an essay composed by her grandfather.
It was a prize-winning essay, the money for which you parlayed into the mansion fortune. It is of great sentimental value to Miss Mansion.
Thought it was stolen.
Not the entire essay, just a paragraph.
Not just founding paragraph, the opening paragraph.
Is that important?
Important, the opening paragraph is the crucial paragraph. It sets the tone, presents the topic, and outlines the entire essay.
It's like a butter, grease the readers and invites them in.
Sounds valuable.
Absolutely.
shoved all three butlers to the coffee table. The butler always does it, he reasoned. He was wrong. He was big enough to admit it, especially when he faced with a lawsuit. Meanwhile, rumors were flying around the rest of the mansion household. The maids even dusted off some old memories.
Who was that?
I don't know, she sort of...
With that private eye. I think some sort of storytelling device.
Better than a voiceover.
Oh yes, nothing cheesier than a voiceover.
So do you have any theories about who took the paragraph?
I don't see why they're making such a big deal about it. It's a topic that counts in essay writing.
It is, isn't it? You can't even think about writing open paragraphs until you have something to write about.
And you should pick something fun. If you like what you're working on, it's easy. For example, back in school, I've always loved cleaning my ears.
And I used to write about footwear. I love footwear. Sometimes I put on 3 or 4 pairs of mismentioned socks and run around the house pretending I'm rich.
Yep, you gotta write about what you love.
Literally, he smelled something delicious, and it was almost lunchtime. It had been days since Stephen had a good home-cooked meal, and there was certainly someone who would love to cook him a great meal. Someone who was there every day, someone who reads his thoughts like a book, someone he barely notices, someone who might as well be dead.
Wait, I would better narrative context.
Listen to me, we'll poach the eggs. No, we will baste the eggs.
I say we poach them, then we baste them.
Brilliant.
The cooks. Justified been looking for me.
This must be our visitor, the hard-boiled detective. Yes, I have seen him scrambling around.
So do you have any half-baked theories about the missing paragraph?
Not yet, but I need to examine your kitchen.
Our kitchen? What for?
Food. I need clues. What's in the pot?
This is the soup du jour.
I'm gonna have to confiscate that for evidence.
Of course, it's delicious.
It's not made of Lucky Charms, is it?
Don't be ridiculous. We only use the freshest ingredients.
The finest ingredients. And some Fruit Loops.
Well, of course, some Fruit Loops. This hot taste cuisine, the Fruit Loops go without saying.
You see, Mr. Detective, fine food is very similar to Miss Manchin's essay with the missing paragraph. Absolutely. In fact, cooking is just by creating a composition. It's all about the ingredients.
The final product is only as good as the preparation.
How can you lose a car?
I forgot where I parked it. I wasn't concentrating.
We're chauffeurs. How could a driver can't find the car?
It's gotta show up sooner or later. It's pretty big.
Of course it's big. It's a car. Miss Mansion isn't going to like this.
Hey, maybe that detective fellow could help us find out.
Are you kidding? He's getting nowhere with that missing paragraph. All this fuss about an opening paragraph. I hate opening paragraphs.
Me too. Intro paragraphs are so lengthy.
Yeah, give me body paragraph any day. Topic sentences, supporting details. They do the real work in an essay. Body paragraphs are tough.
Body paragraphs do the heavy lifting.
Just thinking about body paragraphs makes me want to sing a country song.
It was mid-afternoon. Steve Stevens, private eye, thought he had stumbled upon of his life.
Your narrator is a bit of a downer. I think she has a thing for you.
Really? Wait a minute, don't try to distract me. You both have some explaining to do.
We told you we were Miss Nansen's extension aunts.
So what were you doing in the attic?
Weren't you listening, dear? That's what extension aunts do. We love the attic. We lived there since 1935.
All by yourselves?
Oh, heavens no, there's Amelia.
Amelia who?
We don't crash, she's some sort of aviator. She crashed a plane into the garage in 1937. She's been with us ever since. She loves reference books too.
Reference books?
Our father collected them. They're in the attic now. I'll never forget Father's motto. You mean the one that went walk softly and carry a big hedgehog? No, that one always confused me. I mean the other one. Of course. Father always said you can't write a good essay without the proper reference tools. And that is our very favorite reference word.
Afternoon was turning into late afternoon. No one was surprised except for the house guest, Colonel Ketchup. He was in the conservatory with a candlestick. Colonel Ketchup was librarian, recently retired. He was called Colonel because he loved chicken. Now he was in the reserve, the Style Reserve. He was giving a pep talk to some new recruits.
Attention! Recruits, you are the Style Reserve now. Do you know what that means?
Sir, yes, sir.
But understand it. Tell me. I can't remember things these days.
The Style Reserve exists to make sure all essays are written with style, sir.
Of course it does. You don't have to tell me. I practically invented the Style Reserve.
But you just told us to.
Silence! And do you know why we have to stay in constant shape? Then do you? Speak up, or do I have to get the lead pipe from the ballroom?
Sir, no, sir. In case of a national writing emergency, we'll be the first ones called on to make sure compositions are well written.
Are you going to talk all day? You're as bad Professor Plum. That means I would never shut up. Never was I.
The Style Reserve, sir.
Where?
We are the Style Reserve, sir.
Of course we are. We are the guardians of all that good and great expository writing. The word depends on our vagueness. What happened to my candlestick?
It's under your arm, sir.
Ah, yes, sneaky devil. Recruits, the barbarians at the gate. We are the last bastion of style. Undaunted defenders of diction. Let us not forget our duty.
Polish up your pen, solve the case. He was completely in the dark. The most important thing now was that he wouldn't do anything really, really dumb.
I've got the thief!
Too late.
I found the Slover hiding in the exercise room.
I was not hiding. I was working out.
Miss Mansion? Miss Mansion? Miss Mansion had me training in her gym.
Miss Mansion? Oh, Miss Mansion?
Yes.
Oh, man. Of all the gym drugs, of all the towns, of all the worlds, she walks into mine.
So I take it you not found my missing paragraph?
Not yet, but I have other suspects. Other than you, I mean. Hold on. I found this guy hiding behind the bushes. He looks suspicious.
That's the gardener.
That explains a lot more. Hold on. This woman was going through your bank accounts.
She's my accountant.
Oh. I'm sorry. Wait, I've got one there. I found this guy climbing out the window with a missing paragraph hanging out of his back pocket. Suppose he's a window washer.
This is it. You found it.
You found it?
I found it.
So, who are you and why do you want this paragraph?
Better than me handle this. So who are you? Why did you try to steal your paragraph?
I just know I get caught. This is the first time I've ever tried to steal anything. Nothing ever works out for me.
Then why do you want this paragraph?
It's a curse. My name is Bill Shakespeare.
The Shakespeare? You're looking good for such an old guy.
That's just the problem. With a name like that, I could have been a great writer. I've always wanted to be a great writer, but I'm not. When I just thought if I could steal a great opening paragraph, it'll turn things around. I don't know what else to do. Every time I write, it turns out horribly.
When I finish writing, I'm impressed. This person is my Shakespeare. I'm the best. The first drafts are never as good as I think. The truth is,
I'm going to try this revision thing.
You'll have a long time to write where you're going, young man, in prison.
Wait, I'm sorry. Please don't call the police.
You've committed a serious crime, Bill. There's a word for stealing other people's words. There's a word for buying other people's ideas without giving them credit. It's a harsh word, tough word, long word.
of words that you cannot remember.
Plagiarism! Yes, plagiarism. You can fail, get kicked out of school, or worse.
Worse?
Worse. Plagiarism, prison.
No!
Yes! I never could arrange it. I'd like to show you what happened to hardened plagiarists.
Anything for you, Steve. As the mysterious shadows of detective fiction, two convicted plagiarists up here.
If it's okay with Imagine, maybe we could do a million hours of community service at a local charity.
I just hope you learned your lesson.
Oh yes, I have. It'll only take me 115 years. Thank you, C. Stevens.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Steve Stevens, for solving the case of the missing paragraph.
I couldn't have done it without you. What do you say we go get some dinner?
I'd love to.
Sorry, I'm broke.
I'll take care of that. The case is now solved. Miss Matcher wrote Steve a big check. A really big check. And then Steve and his narrator went to the most expensive restaurant in town.
You know what? I think this could be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.